think that the card is going to be too slow, but in actual gameplay, the card effect might be really, really strong. A really good example of this is Possessed Lackey, the 5-mana 2/2 Warlock card Death Rattle, recruit a demon. A lot of people looked at this card and said this card is severely understated and there's so many ways to counter it, like Potion of Madness that Priest had and was currently using at the time. But then you realize that not all your matchups are going to be a direct counter to this card, and this card ended up being 5-mana 2/2 summon a really big demon from your deck and ended up being one of the strongest cards from that expansion. And not only was it super strong, it also ended up being nerfed, going from 5 mana to 6 mana. Sometimes a card is really undervalued because we don't see the synergistic aspects of other cards in the set. And a really good example of this was Magic Carpet with all of the lackeys from Rise of Shadows. Magic Carpet was a 3 mana 1/6 neutral minion that said after you play a 1-cost minion, give it +1 attack and rush. This card single-handedly made Zoo Warlock an actual archetype in Rise of Shadows, but on top of this card was severely underrated because a lot of people did not see the synergy of it between lackeys. I think it goes without saying that if you have a bunch of 1-mana lackeys with the carpet, it was a pretty good combo. Sometimes a card is just completely ignored because it's a common neutral. Can't think of a better example than Fungalmancer, a 5-mana 2/2 neutral minion, Battlecry, give adjacent minions +2/+2. When this card was first released, a lot of people didn't think that this was going to see play just because of the fact that you needed 2 minions for this card to get full effect, but on top of it, it was competing against other very strong 5-drops. But what a lot of people forgot was that it's pretty easy to have minions on board if you're playing a specific deck, and this card ended up being one of the strongest cards you could put into your deck because of how consistent it was. Sometimes a card is showcased and because it has some kind of deck building challenge, a lot of people don't think it's going to be great, but sometimes those cards end up being the meta